Hello everyone and welcome! Oh yes, it is certainly time indeed. Time for On Thin Ice. But I wonder which primal could be associated with ice. Gaia's recent ordeals have left her rather more subdued than usual. You've all gone through a lot of trouble on my part. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. Anyways, I've delayed you for long enough. Please, carry on with whatever you came to do. I'm glad you're back to your usual self, but how are you feeling? Much better now, but something is still bothering me. The fairy spoke to me in a dream, and a stream of memories rushed through my mind. I don't recall anything like this happening before, and I'm not sure what it all means. What sort of memories? I can't make any sense of them. They were only brief flashes, seen through someone else's eyes. At least that's what it felt like. Minfilia, that is the first Oracle of Light, once served Heidelin as the word of the Mother. If the Oracle of Darkness is her counterpart under Zodiac, then we had best prepare ourselves for the worst. Aye, the Knight's return did tip the ethereal balance toward activity, which may have served to awaken the fragment of his power in the first. Having thus roused, he did then fix his gaze upon she who had been marked by darkness, Gaia. Marked or no, Gaia's still her own person. Everything all right? It's nothing. Anyway, let's forget about all that for now. There'll be plenty of time to think it through once the last element's restored. If thou believest thyself well enough, then I see no reason for delay. Let us forthwith attend to the revitalization of ice. Shiva then, Alex. As the only one here to have actually seen the primal, perhaps you could describe her for us. A woman named Azel made herself a vessel for Shiva. She and the great worm Hrsvalga shared an undying bond. Oof. Oof. I mean, I know which one's the more fitting. Well, actually, now this is interesting. In the Savage version of this fight, there is an extra portion in which we see Hrsvalga, which is not present in the standard version. Meaning that both of these are keys. Oh, I want to know what both of these say. I might actually have to go back and look at these, if I can. I'm not sure if you can. Sure, let's go for the one that's more key to the actual question. So, she summoned into her body the imagined essence of someone who lived over 1,000 years ago. That such a thing should be possible. The long since departed Shiva was a source of great inspiration to Azel, whose method of summoning differed greatly from any we had previously encountered. By the echo did she bear witness to the deeds of the noble Shiva, and thus was she moved to dedicate her being to that self-same cause. 'Twas this devotion that granted her the power of a primal. So she was able to control it herself. Not getting any funny ideas, are you? Just thinking aloud, that's all. Anyway, we'd better get going. Our journey leadeth to a great glacier situated in the northernmost region of the Empty. I'll get us there as quickly as I can. It's time to draw out the ether. I was thinking. That I should go with you this time. I want to be the vessel for Shiva. Being still and passive by nature, ice is the element that is most strongly aligned to light. I'll need to get close and use my own abilities, as well as Eden's to draw it out. So that the Oracle of Light becometh the Oracle of Ice. I cannot claim to be in favor of this stratagem, and yet the primal we encountered in the source was summoned in much the same manner. The inherent advantages are undeniable. Absolutely out of the question. Have you forgotten what Alex does to the primals we summon? I'm not about to stand by and watch as he and Reen beat the tar out of each other. In any case, the ether only returns to the Empty once the creature has been slain. Although it seems you haven't taken that into consideration yet. Presumably there's a safe way to disperse it, but it's still far too risky. I thought you had more sense, Reen. But it's not as bad as it sounds. Were the deiform entity as volatile as the primals we've previously summoned, 'twould be logical to assume that in her role as conduit, Reen would be hard-pressed to retain control. Alexander would have no recourse but to defend himself by any means necessary, else his life be forfeit. I know it's dangerous, but I can't let that hold me back. Please, I've got to try. But I don't see why this is even necessary in the first place. We never had to take risks like this for the other elements. Eden possesses almost infinite power, but what would happen if it began acting without my intervention? If it started to feed on the ether, just like other sin eaters, it would undo all of our hard work. 'Tis a disconcerting eventuality, and one which cannot be dismissed. I'm worried that even if we realign the elements, things will eventually return to how they were following the flood. But if I train Eden how to nurture the environment rather than drain the life from it, we can leave it to take care of the Empty in our place. It'll channel the ether through I'll channel the ether through myself and show Eden how it's done. This isn't some house pet we're dealing with. If it all goes wrong, then what? I know this all sounds like I'm taking a leap of faith, but it has been a gamble every step of the way. We've managed to come this far because of faith, in ourselves and in each other. Oh, I've made my feelings on the matter perfectly clear. But what say you, Alex? With my memories to guide the summoning, what could possibly go wrong? I'll hold back as much as possible. Yeah, with my memories to guide the summoning, what could possibly go wrong? One of the most horrifying ordeals I've went through involving a character I grew very close to. Now interacting with a character I also feel very close to and care about a lot. What's the worst that could happen? Punch, punch. Rin, I suppose that if you've got your heart set on it, there's no point trying to dissuade you. Just don't do anything reckless, is that clear? As crystal. This is going to work, I promise. I'll make sure of it. Well, for all our sakes, I certainly hope so. Because if the primal takes over, I'll be fine. With all of you by my side, I know that whatever happens, it'll work out in the end. All of us. I hope you're not including me. I can't even deal with my own problems, never mind yours. It's enough just knowing you're here. Anyway, I've decided to take a leaf out of your book. I do what I want when I want. I've made my decision, so now I have to see it through. Yes, but this is a different kettle of fish altogether. Well, the point is that this is what I want, and I'll do whatever it takes to make it work. So, this is how much it means to you. The memories of Shiva. Memories of Shiva envelop your mind, and boy howdy do they. All of the things that we've went through, from the beginning of Heavensward all the way up till the end. Starting from, well actually it was before Heavensward, it was all the way back in the post Realm Reborn patches. Starting as an enemy by like all terms, slowly getting to learn the nature of each other, learning that it wasn't quite so cut and dry as we thought, and then eventually her being the one who saved us. In fact, on multiple occasions. So yes, indeed, the memories of Shiva envelop my mind quite heavily. I don't know how, but I can see her too. This might actually work. Eden's verse refulgence. So she's not just waiting for the future to arrive, but actually trying to change it. With so many things left to chance, all I can do is wait and pray. Do you think the 12 could hear me from here in the first? Both Azel and Archbishop Thornton offered their corporeal forms as vessels, onto which the likeness and preeminent figures from Ishgardian history were projected. However, the nature in which each met their demise is perhaps best not dwelled upon. Well, technically, yeah. I think Eden is sending your thoughts to me. I see Azel and Shiva. They only wanted peace, a land where dragon and mankind could live side by side. With the dark entity that haunted Gaia defeated, at least for the time being, you return to the task of restoring balance to ice, the final element. Being the most strongly aligned in favor of stasis, it appears that Reen's direct involvement will be required to properly damn, nearly, to properly manipulate the ether. Inspired by tales of Azel on the source, Reen decides to use her own body as a vessel to wield the power of Shiva. Well, 12 minutes to go, so... Oops. So with that, I guess, I'll see you very soon for Eden's Verse Refulgence and... Shiva of the First. See you in a sec. Woo! Alright, let's do this. Eden's Verse Refulgence. Refulgence. Eden's Verse, Shiva. And nothing bad will happen. That's why this is a battle.
I call upon the power of Shiva.
Hereditary Frost. Shiva.
No! She's lost control! You've got to stop her!
Ah, didn't see that coming.
You would stoke the fires of conflict. The light shall usher in peace. Impudence! Resplendent ice, grant me strength. Shall freeze. The light shall usher in peace. Such impudence! Tranquility must be restored to the land. Light consume you! Impudence! Resplendent ice, grant me strength. Shatter! The light shall usher in peace.
It's too much for her to bear! Ugh, she won't last much longer! Enough of this! power of darkness, answer my call! Ugh! Ugh! Yeah! Damn this light! Damn it all! I won't give up! Not on my future! Our future! I want to see what tomorrow will bring!
Trouble in Paradise. Eden's verse complete. Woo! I only messed up several times, but not in a really bad way. Ha! 8. May as well roll the 0! Hey, it's been a while since this came out. There's a chance that everyone has it, right? Including these two people. These two people already have it, right? Oh, apparently, yes! Wait, really? Apparently so. Nice. Can't complain at that. Switch you back to that. And let's head out. Rain! You were there. I heard you. So what happened to Shiva? Is she still in control? No, she's gone. But Gaia... What? That hammer, it matches your dress. Huh. I see you're back to your normal idiotic self. Look, isn't it pretty? Maybe we could take it with us. Ice tends to melt, you know. Not this sort. Well, if you say so. Anyway, it might even make a nice necklace. That's a brilliant idea. Wilt thou now rush to her aid? Wilt thou not rush to her aid? Perhaps I'm getting slow in my old age, because it would seem Gaia's beaten me to it. To think that she would be the one to break the ice. They may have gotten off to a rocky start, but I think they'll make quite the pair. Is that a hint of melancholy I detect in thy voice? Something akin to a pining mother bird whose chicks have flown the nest? Father bird, if you don't mind. But you're not entirely wrong. Still, when the day finally comes to say goodbye, it heartens me to know she won't be alone. After that, we can go to the second serve for coffee biscuits. Fine, you win. And if they're anything less than perfection itself, I'll never let you live it down. If they're not to your liking, there's plenty of other things to try. I suppose we both deserve a little treat after all that hard work. We certainly do. There we were, laughing as if we had not a care in the world. Fleeting though it was, in that moment I was content. But my life was never meant to be so simple. Ice, being most naturally aligned to light among all elements, did interact with Rin's innate gifts in ways unforeseen. Were we not graced with the timely appearance of the Oracle of Darkness, I fear that this tale would have ended somewhat prematurely. I let myself get a little carried away there, but I was definitely the one controlling my powers, not the other way around. Even so, I hope I never have to use them again. I've had my share of close shaves, but that was, terrifying. To put it mildly, I can only hope the end justifies the means. I'm so sorry, everyone. I clearly have a long way to go before I can handle that kind of power. But we achieved what we set out to do, as I had faith we would. So, without further ado, let's return to camp and admire our work. Let's see. Oof, always go crit. It's life. I guess with ice taking up the stasis, that lets everything else continue on. That's just my little 2 cents there. Let's see if they confirm it or not. It feels like I'm witnessing the miracle performed by Minfilia 100 years ago all over again. The rapid propagation of flora appears to be limited to the intersections of ethereal channels, as per our earlier findings. Nonetheless, 'tis cause to rejoice that the seeds of ether have quickened in the barren garden that is the empty. All this greenery, it's far more than I had dared to hope. I can't help but worry that it's too good to be true. Life finds a way. Alright, before we finish up. But of course... Oh wait, what did it say? Not merely a palette swap, but tish. That's a good meta joke. I mean, I guess there was some good that came from me doing this so long after I should have. Wind up Reen. The hair of spun gold and eyes of clear as sapphire. Oh wait, with hair of spun gold and eyes of clear as sapphire. This young maiden was an incarnation of Minfilia, by whose name she was known. In the course of her journey, however, she chose to take her destiny into her own hands, and with it came a new look, name, and automaton likeness. What Minfilias have we got? Well, we have the normal Minfilia. We don't have a normal, like a pre-Reen Minfilia Reen. That makes sense, right? What about Reen? For God's sake. Bloody Windows updates. Oh yeah, you can't summon minis here. Well, I guess we'll have to leave that till the end. So, join me next time for Life Finds a Way, I guess. And with that, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.